Oi pessoal, eu sou o Bruno Ascari, esse daqui é o Som de Peso e hoje eu tô aqui com o Eagle Eye Cherry pra gente conversar sobre o novo disco dele. Eagle, thank you so much, man, for your time, for your patience.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Become a Light, your seventh album. So I want to know, I always ask what you were listening to make this record. I know it's a more rock album, but has some jazzy vibes sometimes, more ballads like the title track. And I want to know what you were listening to, the musical influences that you put in here.
I mean, the main influence is that with the last two albums I've made a point of going straight in out of the tour.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought the energy. So when we've gone into the studio and recorded, we kind of still have that energy from having been with the crowd. So that's kind of very much an influence. Plus, I've been writing songs that I feel are missing in my set list.
Yeah.
So that's been another thing of getting songs that I need to make the show better. But it's funny because when I'm actually working on music, I quite often, when I get home, because my head is like, I listen to more like Miles Davis,
Yeah.
but music that's not vocal.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're working on lyrics, you're writing songs and melodies and da. So for me, actually, I'm the opposite. I'm not so much listening to music at home that inspires. It's more like just decompressing. So I end up listening to quite a lot of jazz and a little bit of blues and stuff, but quite often my head is just like.
And so besides Miles, what are you listening to?
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to actually a lot of Cannonball Adderley.
Perfect.
And Coltrane and Cannonball together. And I just read this great book about the Kind of Blue, where it's about all the players and musicians that play on that record and their journey to that day.
Oh yeah,
It's
like I think I had this book. It's a book like you have the map in the studio, right?
I think it's called Five Shades of Blue or something. So it's all the musicians that play on the album, and you kind of follow their career. And then it's that one day, or 2 days, that they recorded one of the biggest jazz albums of all time.
Yeah. So besides that, I want to know what was the main inspiration for Becoming Light. I know it's a very deep album, especially the title track.
Yeah.
It hits right through the soul.
Yeah. It's. I didn't know I was going to write that song that day. It was in LA. I was working with Jamie Hartman, and we sat down and started talking, and then somehow that story started coming into my mind the day that we buried my mother, and that song came. But I think when I started writing my first album, I was just trying to figure out what I was doing. I didn't really know who I was musically. I listened to lots of different kinds of music, but who am I? And the acoustic guitar was the key. When I picked up the acoustic guitar, I felt that my voice worked well with that guitar, but I hadn't played the guitar. That's why Save Tonight only has 4 chords from beginning to end, because that's all I could figure out. But it's whereas now when I'm writing, I know who I am. I know musically where we're going. So when we write, often it's just with a guitar, and then you don't start worrying about what the soundscape is going to be until later. And the song kind of, as it comes to life, tells you who it is and where it's going or what it's going to be, But I find that the process is totally organic now, and everything flows, knock on wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just kind of like keeping your senses open, no plan, and then shit just happens.
Yeah. So you think Becoming Light, the title track, it's a kind of how can I say, maybe immortalizing your mom and your love for her in that song?
Yeah, I guess it's. I mean, lyrically, it's mostly kind of talking about a day, and one of the hardest days of my life. Having to bury your mother way too early. It was a very unexpected death, but what that day is about for people is saying goodbye, and also gathering the family and people. They say, a lot of people, you don't see them, you see them only on weddings and funerals.
Yeah.
But people traveled from all over the world to come for that day, and and how, in a way, it's one of the most alive days that I've had. You know, you're so aware, all your senses are you know, the wind, the smells, everything, and then that feeling of like, my mom, she's gonna be here. She's here.
Yeah.
She's become a light. So it's a sad song, but it's a very positive message, you know. And I think that's what life is, you know. It's that kind of.
Yeah, it's
Like
sometimes.
Save Tonight is also, it's like a kind of a sad story, but it's a positive song.
Yeah, and
I love it.
sometimes
Sweet and sour.
Yeah, and sometimes when you are at the lowest point,
Yeah.
you sometimes feel the true love. It's like a bless
Yeah.
that fulfills your body and soul.
Yeah. My first album was named Desireless, and the title track on that album was my father's song. And he had died just the year before I made that album, so he was a very big part of that album. And then for some reason now, my mother, you know, she died 16 years ago, but for some reason I was thinking about her that day when I wrote the song.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. I know it's a sad story, but the final result is very beautiful. So
Thank you.
I think it's the most touching, the most beautiful song on the album.
Oh, thank you.
I got into tears when I listened to the first time. I recently lost my grandmother,
Oh yeah.
so
So you know,
I kind of feel it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
thank you so much for this, man. Really.
I don't know.
Just a moment, please. And so you talked about your father too, and I want to know. I really like your father. The jazz stuff, I think, is one of the greatest trumpeteers ever, really. And I want to know what is the influence that he made on you.
I mean, I want to say everything because I can't imagine getting to where I am without him. But he inspired a lot of musicians, and when he passed away, people were calling from all over, and I was talking to all his different colleagues they work with. But there were so many musicians that he helped move on and get to that next place. And one of the things that he was really good at, and I remember watching when he would be rehearsing or working with musicians, is one of the hardest parts when you're learning your instrument or trying to find yourself is to find your sound.
Yeah.
Who are you? You might be inspired by Miles Davis, but you don't want to sound just like
Yeah.
Miles Davis. But that's very hard, is to find your voice. And like I said, with me, when I found the acoustic guitar, then I found my voice. But when I work in the studio, I think I use a lot of my dad's recipe, which is that, you know, if before I tell you what to play, I let you play. And then quite often the musician will start doing something that's great, and then we just go with that. But then sometimes I guide them, okay, that's great, but I'm thinking, there's no point in having someone there if you don't let their voice do their thing, you know. And then the other thing my dad always talked about was don't be afraid to keep it simple.
Yeah.
and that's harder said than done. But especially with the first album, I kept that album very stripped down and quite simple, and that was like very much in my father's spirit, you know.
Yeah, and I want to know also. Your father worked. I love the album Codona.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, with
Nana
Nana.
Vasconcelos.
And I want to know if there is any Brazilian musician that you would like to collaborate with.
Just a side thing is if you haven't heard Codona, check it out.
Yeah, please.
It's really cool stuff. Love that band, and that was where my father was in his best place, spiritually and musically. Now I got a little something going on here, but I'm not going to talk about it yet.
Okay.
Because I don't want to jinx it. But there is a plan to do something with someone in this country, and I've done. You know, I did. Maria Gadu and I did a song together, and I did a show once where Vanessa da Mata came up and did the guest thing. So, but yeah, I'd love to actually come here and do some recording and work. So, I know that Lenny Kravitz has a fantastic studio here. So
Yeah, a big farm too.
Yeah, so one of my dreams is to borrow his studio and go there and record. Would be cool.
That would be spectacular.
Just Lenny, just got to give me a good deal, man. Can't
Please,
afford that
Lenny,
kind of
go.
place.
And just to end here our conversation, do you have any plans to play in Brazil?
We're working on it. So as soon as we know, it's like one of the things on my Instagram is I get all the time people
Please
from
come to Brazil.
Come on, when are you coming? When are you coming? I'm like, so yeah, I'm working on it definitely as soon as possible.
Oh, thank you. So, Igor, thank you, man.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for
Thank
the
you.
talk.
Thanks.
É isso, gente. Muito obrigado, um grande abraço para vocês e até nosso próximo vídeo.